The cafe hummed. A gentle aroma of coffee beans filled the air. I savored the quiet, a rare moment of peace. My fingers traced patterns on the cool glass of iced tea. It was a Wednesday just like any other, except it wasn't. Not anymore. Life had been a whirlwind since he left. The memories, still vivid, brought a familiar ache. His laughter, his touch, the way his eyes held mine. Gone. All gone. I pushed the memories away, focusing on the present. The cafe, the soft murmur of conversations, the comforting clinking of cups. A fragile piece I was desperate to hold on to. A shadow fell across my table. I looked up, my breath catching in my throat. Time seemed to stop. My blood ran cold. Standing before me, his eyes burning with an unfamiliar intensity, was him, my ex-lover, the man who had shattered my heart and vanished from my life as quickly as he had entered it. "Mind if I join you?" His voice, a husky whisper I used to find intoxicating, now sent shivers down my spine. A million questions swirled in my mind. What was he doing here? Why now after all these years? Before I could utter a word, he pulled out the chair opposite me and settled into it, a predatory grace in his movements. He looked different, harder, colder. The playful glint in his eyes had been replaced by something dark and unreadable. His jaw was clenched tight, the line of his mouth a grim slash across his face. "You look good," he said, his voice devoid of any warmth. It was a statement, not a compliment. His gaze swept over me, lingering on my face, making me acutely aware of my every breath. My pulse quickened. My carefully constructed composure crumbled under his intense scrutiny. "What are you doing here?" I finally managed to choke out, my voice barely a whisper. He took his time answering, his eyes never leaving mine. It was a game of cat and mouse, and he was clearly enjoying himself. "We have unfinished business," he finally said, his voice low and menacing. "You hurt me, remember? Hurt him? Was he serious?" He was the one who had left without a word, leaving me shattered and alone. "You're delusional," I spat, anger replacing fear. "You were the one who walked away." He laughed, a humorless sound that sent chills down my spine. "You think you can just walk back into my life after all this time and act like nothing happened?" I demanded, my voice rising with each word. People at nearby tables began to stare. I didn't care. Let them stare. He leaned forward, his eyes boring into mine. "Oh, we're not done yet," he murmured. "This is just the beginning." A wave of unease washed over me. His words were laced with a chilling promise, a threat veiled as a vow. Section 6. Echoes of a broken past. Memories flooded back, unwelcome and painful. The stolen kisses, the whispered promises, the laughter that had once filled my days with sunshine. Then the arguments, the accusations, the growing distance between us. And finally, his abrupt departure, leaving me with nothing but a hastily scribbled note and a heart full of pain. He had been my everything. My first love, my confidant, my best friend. I had trusted him with my heart, only to have it ripped to shreds. Section 7. Twisted game. "What do you want?" I whispered, my anger replaced by a bone-deep weariness. He smiled, a slow, predatory stretching of his lips that didn't reach his eyes. "Revenge," he breathed, the word hanging in the air between us like a curse. "You took everything from me. Now it's my turn." My mind reeled. What was he talking about? I hadn't taken anything from him. He was the one who had walked away. He reached out, his fingers brushing against mine. I flinched at his touch. His eyes held mine, a disturbing mix of anger, pain, and something else I couldn't quite place. It was then that I realized he truly blamed me for everything that had gone wrong between us. Section 8. Revelation's Edge. "You're going to pay," he whispered, his voice raspy with emotion, "for everything." He stood up, his chair scraping against the floor with a jarring screech. I stared up at him, my heart pounding against my ribs. He leaned down, his lips close to my ear. "You'll see," he breathed. "It's already begun." And with that, he turned and walked away, disappearing into the crowded street, leaving me trembling in his wake. Fear coiled in the pit of my stomach, cold and sharp. His words echoed in my ears, a chilling premonition of what was to come. Section 9. Shocking Truth. As I sat there, frozen in place, a horrifying realization dawned on me. He wasn't just talking about our past. This wasn't just about a broken heart. This was about something bigger, something darker. Something that had happened after he left, something that had twisted him, poisoned him against me. He was right. This was just the beginning, and I had a terrible feeling I was caught in a game I didn't understand, a game where the stakes were higher than I could have ever imagined. But the most terrifying part of all? As his words echoed in my mind, I realized I had no idea who this vengeful stranger truly was.